Hey everyone, my name is Tim Yu. I'm a product manager here at Milwaukee Tool Over Batteries. Extremely excited to announce really the next breakthrough in M18 today with the new M18 Redlithium Forge XC8.0 and XC8.0 batteries. Now these batteries will deliver a leap in capability, enhancing the performance of the M18 system, all while maintaining compatibility with over 275 plus M18 tools. Now let's talk a little bit about what these batteries will deliver. We'll start with the Redlithium Forge XC8.0. This is the most powerful M18 battery that we have ever made. To give perspective, this is 50% more powerful than the high output 12.0, all while maintaining the same form factor. What that means is you're able to increase your application speeds and your ability to complete the most demanding applications. Then, when you pair this battery on the M18 dual-base simultaneous supercharger, you get high-speed cooling and a 35-minute supercharge to 80%. That is 25% faster than the high output 12.0, giving you levels of productivity that you've never reached before. Then finally, as part of the Redlithium Forge promise, this battery will deliver the longest life. Next, when we look at the M18 Redlithium Forge XC8.0, from a power standpoint, this battery has the same power output as the high output 12.0, but it does it in a form factor that is 20% smaller and 30% lighter. What that means is you're getting that added power without sacrificing size and weight, working overhead, working in tight spaces, unlocking the true capability of the high output 12.0 power. Similar to the 12.0, when you pair this battery on the dual-base simultaneous supercharger, you achieve that high-speed cooling and a 35-minute supercharge to 80%, as well as unlocking longest life across any Redlithium battery. Now the next piece I want to talk about is a feature that we introduced last year called Cool Cycle. Cool Cycle is Milwaukee's air cooling system that allows you to essentially mitigate time spent waiting for hot packs to charge. So when you look at giving you some background and look at some high demanding applications, you look at chainsaws, circ saws, anything that's continuously running, continuous cuts or long duration applications, these are prone to the batteries getting warm. And typically there's a lot of downtime associated with those hot batteries or over temp batteries where, hey, we've got a solution for you that's gonna help mitigate some of that. Not only is it just demanding applications and the work that you're doing, it's also the environments that you work in. It could be a hot climate, maybe you're working on outside on top of a roof where it gets hot. That also can play a part in the batteries getting warm. So what we did here is introduce a test procedure here that's simulating a high demand current on our high output 12.0 battery on the dual bay rapid charger, as well as the Forge 12.0 on our dual bay supercharger. Now what you can see here are two live thermal image photos that capture the temperature of the packs immediately following the discharge. As you can see with the high output 12.0, the battery is pretty hot to start with. The Forge 12.0 is also pretty warm, as you can see. And what we see here is on the high output 12.0, there's actually 15 to 20 minutes of downtime associated with waiting for the battery just to cool. So it's not charging, it's just sitting on that charger, waiting, cooling, ultimately losing productivity. Now you look at that same application that we ran with the Forge 12.0, you can see that actually the battery started cooling instantly and started charging right away. What that means, and from a downtime standpoint, is your high output 12.0 is going to take 127 minutes for that battery to get back to you. That is over 2 hours. That's a lot of downtime waiting for the batteries to charge. Whereas the Forge 12.0 here is a total of 45 minutes from when it's hot to cool down to the full charge time. And when you look at the finish, the two images here, you'll see that the Forge 12.0 is significantly cooler, running substantially cooler, giving that added productivity. Whereas the high output 12.0 is still warm, right? You can see the heat actually dissipated into the charger, ultimately showing you that this new cool cycle capability allows you to increase your productivity, eliminating the downtime waiting for hot batteries to charge.
How is that cool cycle happening? So explain to me.
Yeah, great question. So how we're able to achieve cool cycle is we have venting that's actually implemented on the battery itself. You can see it's on the sides of the battery, it's on the bottom of the battery. And on the charger side, we have fans that are integrated internally. So when you place a battery onto the charger, the fans will engage and actually blow air through the pack, allowing us to achieve that cool cycle capability.
So with the vents on there, how is it not being contaminated with oils and debris and stuff like that?
Great question. We leverage a patent ingress technology that protects the battery to any sort of dust, debris, water, any sort of ingress that gets into the pack, which gives us confidence to achieve this cool cycle capability. And we're not just stopping there. Milwaukee's actually taken the most aggressive approach when it comes to venting. Our patent ingress technology allows us to increase the volume and the size of our vents, making us the most efficient when it comes to an air cooling solution.
Very cool.
REDLITHIUM Forge delivers a promise of most power, fastest charging, and longest life. I want to talk a little bit more about longest life and the different elements that support it. It starts with a ground-up mechanical redesign. When you look at the general pack construction, there's a lot of different things that we've made to make this battery different and unique from our high output 8 and our high output 12. It starts when you look at the design of having horizontal screw bosses. So these actually insert in the pack horizontally, meaning that we're able to fasten the top housing directly to the core. What that means is we're increasing durability, making the pack more rigid, increasing the vibration resistance when you look at certain tools that are high vibration, making sure that everything internally is protected. Now when you go from there and you make our way down, you look at the electronics is also an advancement that we made, making it more optimized, more robust. We've lowered the impedance and resistance of our pack, allowing you to get more power, achieving that added performance on those long duration, high demanding applications. We have a new laser welding process. This is a new manufacturing process that allows us to really enhance and optimize the power routing to get that added power, get that added performance, and ultimately that laser welding also enhances the durability of our packs. Then when you look at our patent ingress technology that I talked about, that allows us to achieve full cycle. It's coated around the entire core of the pack. Invisible to the naked eye, it's hard to see, but this pack is protected. And we actually have a demonstration here that will show you exactly that difference when it comes to a patent ingress coated and something that's not coated. Our Alka-Seltzer tabs, we have one that's coated with our patent ingress coating and one that's uncoated, and I'll be placing it into 2 beakers filled with water. You can see the results are pretty instant. You can see that the uncoated tab actually dissolves immediately, where our patent ingress coating technology allows that to be protected in water. It's the same process that goes for a battery that gives us that confidence to stand up against dust, debris, any sort of ingress that can enter the pack. Go ahead. Okay. The additional feature part of longest life is implementing a resistant housing. So this resistant housing gives us that added protection against oils, greases, solvents commonly found within automotive or manufacturing environments. We understand that we're continuing to push the capability of our solutions. We want to make sure that it holds up and is resilient in all types of job site conditions. Then finally, the wrap up here is increased cycle life. The M18 Redlithium Forge XC8.0 and XC8.0 batteries deliver up to 50% longer cycle life than Redlithium and Redlithium high output batteries.